I'm going to get better at it this year, Hank. Starting right now.
All right, I'm going to call you on it. Here we go. Considering the jump that you guys made last year, what is realistic, what is fair in terms of a jump again this season?
I don't know. I think how things transpired were for sure unexpected. But I think also they were earned. I think our schedule is different. I haven't studied all of the league schedule, but for sure I feel like our non-conference is harder. I don't know. I think it's hard to predict, just like it was last year. But I think we're going in the right direction. I think we're going in the right direction relative to the guys, the talent, the experience. We need to get more experience. We only have 9 years of experience on our roster. And I think just in my career, that's a really low number to expect a lot from. So we need to continue to find ways in recruiting to get older, whether that's older chronologically or older relative to classification. We're not quite there yet, but I think we're heading in that direction.
Mark?
With Hill back this year and Outlaw available, how might they enable you to play any differently this year, or make up for Hudson's absence?
Yeah, really glad that both of them are here. Ahmed, in my opinion, epitomizes what it's supposed to be about on and off the floor. He's the toughest guy in our program. He's the most respected guy in our program. Glad that all of that worked out with the medical staff. Mike Goforth, Ernest, those guys were fabulous in the process with Ty. And he's really excited to finally be able to play. For one calendar year almost, he wasn't allowed to sweat. So for him to be able to be back on the floor, I think his lens on it is a little different than most kids his age. So I think both of them will help us. I don't know who Ty can guard yet, and we need to figure that out as soon as we can, and we will. But who he can guard is probably where he will help us the most offensively too. Can really shoot.
Aaron, I saw you tweet something recently about being close with Dusty Baker.
Yeah, I love Coach.
Can you talk about that relationship a little bit? Develop?
Sure. I probably know more people than you think I do. I try to hide that. I don't ever want to have a relationship so that it becomes public record, but I love Coach. And I don't know if you know Coach. I don't know who you are, but he's the best. And I've been around a lot of coaches. I don't know, for whatever reason, I've always had all access relative to their organization with the Reds and those guys. And I know nothing about baseball. I know no players, I know zero. But what he's been able to do from a leadership perspective, I have the utmost respect for.
For Hawkhurst as well.
How often does Coach remind you of being third in the league in turnovers?
Always.
Raise your hands, which is the microphones for these gentlemen.
To finish the way you guys did last year, how much confidence does that give you entering this season? Maybe talk some preseason top 25. Do you guys think about that, and how do you feel coming off the way you did?
I think Coach does a real good job of making sure that we focus on it day by day, and it gives us confidence knowing that we got the same group of guys and chemistry. We're not gonna have to spend games building that up. So I think confidence comes from that, but also the work that we put in the off season together gives us more confidence than anything.
Hey, do you look around the locker room and look around yourselves at practice and go, this looks like an NCAA tournament type team that's a realistic goal for this year's team with all you have back from last year?
well, we don't really practice. We usually just do like a lot of running right now. But I look at a team and say like this is probably like one of the most mentally toughest teams that I've been on. We like the way we bounce back from mistakes and stuff that's happened, like in our within our workouts and stuff. We're real mature as a team already.
Seth, where have you seen the biggest improvements in the team from last year to this year?
That's a good question. I'd say the biggest improvements are that everybody individually in the summer works on their game, like individually to make themselves a better basketball player by themselves. But around this time in the fall, I say the biggest improvement is our ability to, like I said, bounce back in our toughness as a team and our chemistry that's builds every day from watching film with the new guys who haven't played yet, or we're doing stuff that I guess we wouldn't do last year.
How do you expect this year to be different on that front in terms of, him trying to create motivation for you guys?
I don't really think he got to create motivation for us. We know what type of team we are. We don't bring in five-star top 20 players out of high school every year. So we know what type of team we are. We know we're gonna have to give it our all every night, and every night's gonna be a battle. So we gotta go out there, and I don't really look at the expectations. People been telling me about them. I honestly haven't looked at them. I don't get on like social media to look at stuff like that. I just be working and just being in the gym, and I'm just trying to tell my team that, and we've pretty much just took on that mentality ourselves as being the underdog. So.
Last question to Mark.
Hey, in order to make that jump, to go from being an NIT team last year to being a team that wins enough to make the NCAAs this year, what do you guys have to do better? Where does the improvement have to come from?
I think we gotta get better on the defensive end consistently every game. Just keep getting better, to consistently getting stops after stops. We call them turkeys, getting 3 stops in a row. We gotta get as much of those as possible. We gotta scrap. We gotta get loose balls. We gotta just do what we do. Just play as hard as we can. Make every game a battle. And if we do that and scrap with the biggest teams, then we'll be all right. Everybody plays as hard as they can and gives it they all, then I think we'll be all right. We'll be in that contention.
Thank you, Zach.
Just progressing, trying to take the right steps, be ready for the season, all the way and everything.
Have they told you not to do certain things because of your leg?
No, they haven't really told me not to do anything.
Are you feeling effects when you go jump, when you go try to rebound or anything?
I feel pretty good right now, just getting back, just got done, everybody's a little bit banged up from boot camp and stuff, but we're all good right now.
Coming into the season, do you feel like you have anything to prove?
Me, myself, or the team? As a team, we just want to just get better. We want to prove it to ourselves. The team, each and every day, get better. And then as an individual, just want to just keep getting better. Everything as always.
How do you feel like the other post guys between Johnny and you and Hadeem, how have you guys kind of come along so far at the boot camp and stuff?
Everybody's competitive, so everybody wants to win, and that's good for us. And everybody wants to just be number one.
Do you guys feel like you have more depth, more guys in the post that can come in this year?
Yeah, we feel like we're in depth at every position. And we have a lot of guys who can play multiple positions, so that helps us a lot. Guys like Bibbs, Ty, Meg, Seth today, and we all can Zach today. We all can play different positions, so it doesn't really matter.
Were there any for a year? What kind of progress did you make in that year you had to take off, or the year that you couldn't play?
I made a lot of progress. I think ball handling, shooting, just slowing down my pace. Freshman year I played with a very, very high pace, and off season I just been working on changing the pace. So I started off 25, then to 100, then back to 25, and it's been really good. My teammates see it changing, and it's really good.
Buzz described you today as the most respected guy on the team. Why do you think that is?
Probably just because I'm always working. Either I'm working out or watching film. I compete with everybody. I go give my 110% every practice, and my teammates really respect that, and that's probably why they call me that.
You guys won 20 games last year without you or without Ty. What do you guys bring to the table, and how much better can this team get with you guys added to the mix?
We just bring the competitive fire. Me and him really competitive. We compete with these guys more than anybody, I think. And we just trying to add on whatever way we can, whether it's defense or just cheering on. But we're gonna try to add a lot to what we got, what we've been working on in the off season, and hopefully it takes us where we want to be.
Yeah, definitely more comfortable in the system. Not really nervous as I was last year, getting ready to play. I'm just gonna go out and play this year.
And then what about with Ahmed coming back? How's he? I mean, I'm sure he was around the team last year, but now you actually are out on the court playing with him. What's he like out there?
It's better because he's a hard worker. He's a real good competitor, and he also stretches the floor. He's a really good shooter.
What'd you work on the most in the offseason? Your shot?
My shot, yeah.
You feel like you've improved it a whole lot?
Yeah, a lot.
Well, what's that going to do for the rest of the game if you can show that you can knock down open jumpers?
It'll definitely help our team out because right now I'll be playing way more positions, stretch the floor for our team, and I think I'm a great driver, so it's going to open that up way more.
Right. You and Med seem like you both have a a lot of energy when you're on the court. Are you looking forward to getting on the court with him at the same time?
Yeah, definitely playing with him and Seth Allen. I feel like we have a lot of energy. Us three on the court, it's gonna be a good time.
With getting Med back and adding Ty Outlaw to the mix, how much better can this team be with those just those two additions?
I think
this year I will be playing with a better.
Can you ask the question one more time?
Just getting Med back this year and adding Ty Outlaw. How much better can this team get? I mean, you won 20 games last year without him, so how much better can you be?
We'll definitely be better because I think they're the top two shooters on our team. Med brings a lot of energy. He's probably the hardest worker on our team. And Ty's a big body, so he can guard a lot of positions. So we should be more versatile because they're both like 6'5". We'll be good.
You know, Joe Lightning might be coming in to take your place.
Right. Yeah, I can't really think like that, but obviously, I mean, it does motivate me. I'm not gonna lie, but I gotta think more of the team. But if I miss a couple in a row, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, you're gonna take me out. I'm excited for them. Most importantly.
When you came here, I'm sure people were like, dude, really? Like, there's other places you could go that's not like a basketball wasteland. How good does that decision feel now, after what you've done the past couple of years, and to be going into a year with expectations, which all these people that doubted never thought would happen?
I mean, it feels good. Like you said, everybody was like, why come here? But I mean, now I'm here. We have a family here, and I love it here. And I don't know, just a great choice for me to come here.
It's kind of, you look down the roster and you hear all these good things about all these different players. There's actually like enough players now to compete for playing time and have good guys, not be praying that the walk-on can play 26 minutes,
Like freshman year, yeah. It's, I don't know, just a blessing to have everybody here. And everybody's excited. And we're just fortunate to not have to play our walk-ons like.
How do you think Buzz will be different this year? Because some of you guys might be a little full of yourselves just because it went so well last year.
He's on us hard. We already forgot about last year. Like, we know what we did, but we can't think about it at all. We're just looking forward to getting better every day.
How important is it going to be to have Chris Clark and his energy and the fact that he could do everything, sell tickets, rebound, everything?
Yeah, having him is going to be real big for our success. Having everybody really. But for him, he's just a good guy. He does everything, and we really need him.
And how much have you grown in your time here? And what have you improved the most at?
I think improved on being more vocal as a person, as a player, helping my teammates out. That's really it. I wasn't vocal at all my freshman year, but now I'm just being more vocal.
Coming into the season, coming into last season, you guys were under the underdogs and had something to prove. Now there's talk of being preseason ranked. How is Coach stressing still that underdog mentality?
To be honest, he's not really talking about it. How well we'll rank. But, I mean, we obviously know, but we just think about getting better, and we just focus on that every day.
You came in with Med, but you couldn't play with him last year because he was out. What's it going to do for the team to get him back out on the court this year?
Yeah, he's going to get himself on the court. the type of player he is. He's an energy guy, glue guy, does everything on the court. So by him doing that, he's going to put himself on the court.
You that everyone on the team talks about you like you're Steph Curry and you could just fill it up and all that stuff?
There's not a lot of pressure. It's just observations that they see. You know, I think a lot of guys on this team can shoot well too. If they say I'm one of the best, well, I'm glad my team has that confidence in me. So when I do shoot it, I'm not worried about them being mad. I know that they want me to shoot, so it actually takes pressure off that I know they have that confidence.
I know you're probably already getting sick of telling this story, but you said you were born with the hole in your heart. And then last year, they detected it. How did they detect something that was sort of
routine, physical, EKG, just like everybody else gets one. Mine always comes back irregular. Yeah. So I expected it to be irregular. They just say, "Oh, hole in your heart."
Keep on rolling, right?
But the local cardiologist here at Louisville, looked further into it and found the thickening. He just pondered upon it. He wasn't really looking for anything, just wanted to be sure, and that's when he discovered it. And you know, any responsible professional would think of me not as a basketball player, but as a human being.
So the thickening is what got you.
Yeah, because it can make it difficult for the heart to pump blood efficiently. Okay. And that's key out here. As much work as we put in.
Can you remember what doctor it was that found it? I guess you.
Cannot remember his name.
And then how many doctors? Did it take a while for Virginia Tech to finally say, yeah, it's not gonna. We don't want you playing right now.
No, it almost immediately. The day he found it, they cut me off in July. So I was here for maybe a week and a half before they cut me off.
So, did you actually have a procedure? Did they go in there? And
No surgery. Okay. Just changed my lifestyle as far as eating and exercise habits. Couldn't do much exercise at first though. But on top of that, they put me on blood pressure medicines and just ran me through tests every couple of months to see if any change occurred. And then ran me on the treadmill at very different inclines and speeds to see if my heart can handle it at that interval. And I passed all those tests.
Oh man, so what can you not eat now?
Oh, at this point, I'm good. I'm fully clear. It's not that I don't have anything. It's like they have nothing conclusive to pin to me. So right now I just have a big heart. And they said that from the jump, you can either just have a big heart, which is called athletic heart, or it could be a heart disease. But he said it could be either one, but they can't leave it like that with me participating. They have to pick one or the other. And from all their conclusions, they just discovered I just have a big heart.
So Tech finally gave you the green light when, I guess.
So what?
So Tech finally gave you the green light when, I guess, it's been out.
It was like May.
Yeah.
May they gave me green light. So it was a full 9 months of not much activity at all.
How good was that news?
The day they told me I was back in here playing pickup with these guys, out of shape and everything, rusty and all. I just wanted to be out here.
Do you remember the exact day? Like what day it was in there?
I don't, because every day I tried not to think about it. Every day. I've been thinking about it for 9 months straight at that point. So I was trying not to think about it. And Buzz he called me up to his office randomly. And from that point on, I wasn't worried about what day it was. Right. I was like, I'm back. Yeah. I'm like, it's time to start living the dream again. So
has this ever scared the crap out of you?
The heart disease or being out?
The heart disease.
It didn't scare me. It was more of a sadness, a disappointment. I was just like, man, I made it this far. I put in so much work. I don't want this to be the way I go out. An injury, out on the court, maybe, a bad decision by me, I can live with that. But something that's out of my control, I didn't want that to be the way I went out.
Was there ever a time when you were out on the court and you were real short of breath, or felt like a pain in your chest or something, and couldn't help but keep your mind from going? Like, what was that?
No, the only thing is irregular heartbeat. So every now and then it might speed up and then slow down. But that wouldn't be on the court. That would be when I'm laying at home, laying in the bed or eating or something. Usually when I ate and laid down after a workout, that's when I would feel it. But then it would be back normal. Never any pain, never shortness of breath, nothing on the court ever. Like, that's why I was like, I can't believe this is happening to me, because at least I would feel something being wrong, but it was nothing I felt.
I know in hindsight, when you think back about it, you must be incredibly grateful to doctors for detecting this and making you go through the routine before they cleared you and all that. But when you were first initially found out about the fact you're going to have to sit out and all that, did they tell you about some of the history of some heart issues that they've had with players here at Virginia Tech?
Yeah.